I rise today to speak on an issue that I care deeply about, protecting the unborn and defending life. This week, I reintroduced the Life at Conception Act. I'm honored to be the lead sponsor of the Life at Conception Act, which simply defines human life as beginning at the moment of conception. As a result, unborn babies are entitled to legal protection under the Constitution. We had a record number of original co-sponsors this past Congress, and I pray this bill will pass Congress swiftly. I believe that we have a moral obligation to protect the unborn at every stage of development. It's something I've always been passionate about. I was president of my college's pro-life group, the Dartmouth Coalition for Life. I can still remember the conversations I had with my fellow students as I discussed the value of human life with them. It was a great feeling to know that I was opening eyes to the value of all human life, one student at a time. Protecting life is one of the issues that compelled me to run for office. When I first asked for the opportunity to serve you as your representative in Congress, I promised I'd be a strong defender of the unborn. I'm proud to say I've delivered on that promise. The Life at Conception Act is a crucial part of the long-term battle to protect the unborn. It started 44 years ago to the week, in 1973, in the Roe v. Wade decision, when the Supreme Court asserted that because the beginning of life is not legally defined by Congress, it is up for interpretation by the court. The Life at Conception Act simply fills that gap and defines that human life begins at the moment of conception. Even Vice President Joe Biden, Democrat, recently restated publicly his belief that human life begins at conception. There is bipartisan agreement on this issue. It is important for Congress to define human life because the unborn are the most helpless among us. They need us to have enough courage to step up and protect them. My bill also sets a standard for promoting and encouraging a culture of life. If enacted, it would simply affirm what we all know in our hearts and minds to be true, that unborn babies deserve our protection. Last year, the Life at Conception Act had 146 co-sponsors in the U.S. House of Representatives, including my two colleagues in West Virginia, David McKinley and Evan Jenkins. I hope that more congressmen will join me in promoting respect and protection for all human life. I continue to be guided by my faith and values. I look forward to working with my colleagues to defend the innocent and give voice to the voiceless. I welcome the marchers this week coming for the annual Right to Life March. I thank them for their participation in defending the unborn. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back the balance of my time.